What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of the Co-op Stop, your monthly podcast where a couple of dudes come together to talk about games. I am one of your hosts, Sam Woods, aka Captain Woodsy. Joining me today is my wonderful co-host, Mr. Nick Blaine, aka Shotgun McPain. How are you, you magnificent specimen?
Doing pretty well there, Sam. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. No complaints here. As you know, every other episode, we have a special guest on this show. And joining us this week is none other than Gam3Atom, a.k.a. Gamer-Atom. How are you, friend?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for having me. This is a lot of fun.
No, it's an honor, my friend. It is an honor. So for those of you who don't know you, who are you? Tell us about you.
So my name, or my screen name, is Gamer-Atom. I started streaming not too long ago. I'm delving into some content creation, and you know, if you want to keep up with me, I'm on Twitch. You can find me Gamer-Atom with a 3 instead of the E. That guy that got the gamer with the E. I'm telling you, I don't like that guy. Yeah, so you got Gamer-Atom on Twitch, Gamer-Atom on Twitter, Gamer-Atom on Instagram. And you can keep up with me there. But yeah, I play a bunch of video games. I don't really stick to one genre. I kind of go with where the mood takes me, but I like story-based games for the most part. And yeah, other than that, I like to chat with my audience too. So come in, chat, have fun.
Do it, people, do it. What is your favorite game of all time, Adam?
My favorite game of all time. That's tough because I just finished The Last of Us series. I'll talk about that. I'll talk a little bit about that and how that made me feel, and that's a wonderful series. But if I had to put in a series that kind of represents me, I would most likely say I've been playing Uncharted for the longest time consistently. So I think I've played every Uncharted except potentially for the last one. So I need to get on that and get that going. But yeah, those very story-driven games are definitely what I'm into. Yeah.
Man after my own heart. I'm very much a single-player, story-driven, narrative-focused guy. Fuck this multiplayer stuff. That's not what I'm about. Give me a good long story and I'm there. One final question so we can all get to know you. What's your next gen looking like? Have you got anything pre-ordered? PS5?
So
One?
I do not have anything next gen. Sorry, I don't know if I was talking over you. It kind of cut out.
No. I said Xbox One. Made the classic mistake of the 1S instead of Series S. So yeah, carry on.
So yeah, so I tried to get my hands on a PS5, and I had everything in my basket, and Walmart crashed. So thank you, Walmart. Sadly, I wasn't able to get it, and I'm more of a PlayStation guy myself than an Xbox guy, so I didn't go for the Xbox. But I was with a friend of mine when he was getting his, and he was very excited, so that was kind of cool.
Nice. Well, your day will come, I'm sure. But we've got quite a few bits to talk about today. We are going to check in and see where we're at with Game of the Year up until this point. Adam's going to tell us about his underrated game from the past. But first of all, we're all going to tell you what we've been playing. So let's start with our guest. Back to you, Adam. Tell us about Last of Us. Tell us what you've been playing.
So yeah, I was playing Last of Us. I finished Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2, and I have a very it's a dark spot on my gamer career because I started it in 2008 when it originally came out, the first one. So I'm talking about first one, and I never finished it. I got caught up playing the multiplayer, and story kind of went out the window for me for a little bit. And then I tried again on PS4 when the remaster came out, but I was playing with my fiance who was sitting next to me and loved it for the amount of time that she did, but she's not a gamer, and I stopped again. And then I didn't play video games for a bit, and then Last of Us Part 2 came out, and I'm like, okay, I need to finish Part 1, I need to do Left Behind, and I need to do Part 2. Those were amazing. So I did those, and once again, story, unbelievable. If you haven't played it, play it. It's worth it, or at least watch someone play it. It's very much worth it. Other than that, I've been playing Spider-Man right now. That's what I'm currently playing on stream, and it's a lot of fun. And a bit of multiplayer as well. I've been doing Phasmophobia and Among Us. So
Nice.
Those are the games that I've been constantly playing.
Awesome. Yeah, some good good games there. Nick, what about you? What have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing. I think we talked a bit about it on an Aces podcast the other day. Go watch Game Chat, Borderline Entertainment. Being uploaded to YouTube now, so that's really cool.
Ooh.
But I am on track to finish Tell Me Why. I know that the last episode, I said that I would have it finished, and just things got so away from me. But I'm like halfway through episode 3. Things are heating up. Nice little wrap up. I think 3 episodes is a great limit for those. I mean, like the 5 episode structure is really good. I just think that also when you limit the amount of episodes, it makes stuff hit harder. Because they're like when stuff is wrapping up right now, I'm like, oh, okay, like this is what's happening. I don't know, and I think that for some of those stories, they do deserve the 5 episode structure. But like I think that was something that was such a benefit to this. I mean, I say that, and I'm not done with it yet, but it did release in a weekly structure instead of the usual Don't Nod thing where they wait months. And I said that in the last episode, but I've been really enjoying it, and I'm ready to finish it. Crash, I've been starting. I did not Crash 4 yet. I'm going back to the original Insane Trilogy. I say the original Insane Trilogy, but I beat all the games when I was a kid. I still haven't beat them since the Insane Trilogy, so I'm gonna beat the Insane Trilogy, and then I'm gonna head over to Crash 4. So, and Crash 1 is so unbelievably bullshit. It is without a doubt just like one of the most infuriating platforming structures that I've ever played, and it has no rhyme or reason to it. There are so many bullshit deaths I have. It is ridiculous, but I'm excited. I mean, Warp's still my favorite. I'm sure I might have something to say after when I get Crash 4. I've also been playing this indie game called Going Under, where you basically work for a startup company, and it's a roguelike, kind of like I got into the mood with Hades, and I'll talk about that in a second. That I wanted to start some more roguelikes, and this one is just such a unique one where it definitely has the comedic chops to just hit the nail on the head when it comes to that culture. And I of course I've not been fully exposed to that, but like from the stories I hear, it feels like it hits exactly like the interns, like, oh, you're an intern for marketing, but we're gonna make you do all this shit that doesn't even relate to that. So it kind of hit me in the right way. And I think the roguelite elements, so basically you're this marketing intern, and you're tasked to clean up the dungeon, as it were, which is just all the previous startup tenants. So you just and they're called joblins, and they all basically have their own startup. So like one that I'm doing right now is like a dating website, and it's like all the things are relating to that, and just super fun, witty humor in a roguelite game, and it's super funny. And of course, with that, I've also been on my track of playing Hades, another one of those like definitely game of the year contenders. We'll get into that discussion. I think that it's just so, there's not a whole lot I can say that's bad about it, but I do really enjoy just the fact that you were able to put a story, or they were able to put a story in this roguelike structure. I think that it makes it much more consumable and a want to see it through. And then, of course, at the end, I have been playing some Ghost of Tsushima Legends. I really enjoy what they've done there. It's insane that this is a free update and not like a $20 game. It is phenomenal, and the fact that it kind of spits in the face of Avengers. As much as I love Avengers so much, but like the fact that the structure of Ghost of Tsushima Legends is better than Avengers hurts me. I want Avengers to be that caliber, and they're letting me down time and time again. But and then I mean, it's pre-release here, but as we're recording, but of course this is posting on Friday. I have been playing Watch Dogs Legion, and that review, hopefully, by the time you're viewing this, you can go check it out at dualshockers.com and youtube.com/dualshockers. Yeah, I want, it's another case where I want to love the game more than I do. I think that the AI is one of the worst AIs I have ever seen.
Oh no.
Like, it's not Aliens Colonial Marines bad, but there's a lot of times where I can just totally like front facing sneak up onto a guard, and it's like, oh, that doesn't feel good. Nothing and nothing feels super well done. I think the things that are really cool are the story and the mechanics of the recruitment system as well. But I'm still really early on, so this all could change. But there's nothing wanting me to come back to it. The story isn't super compelling to me right now, but I can see where it kind of has this Saints Row-esque structure where you have, or Saints Row / Crackdown-esque structure where you are basically taking down, you have different storylines for each gang member or whatever, like the corporate structure. So yeah, it's fun for what it is right now. Again, I'm still very early on, so we shall see. And then actually I have one more thing. So this is a different thing from what we're used to, but I have a book recommendation. I got the Alexa Ray Korea's Kingdom Hearts 2 Boss Fight Books book, and it is phenomenal. I just started it the other day, and it just hits me right in the feels. It's everything that I feel about Kingdom Hearts, and she did a great job. Shout out to Alexa Ray Korea. Yeah, and that's my long laundry list of games that I've been playing.
You play so many damn games. Many games.
Yeah.
I don't know how you.
And I still have like not even touched what I really like. I told you about Tell Me Why, where I'm just like, I wanted to finish this like a month ago, but here we are.
Persona 5, Nick.
Persona 5. I get so sidetracked because it's like I've already played this. I feel like when I play it, I've already played it at the point where I'm at. And I wish you could kind of just skip and see the new content so I could be like, yes, this is my game of the year. But yeah, it's
Watch Dogs pains me a little bit. I was cautiously optimistic about it.
I don't think it's as bad as what I say it is. Like I think it's a good game. It's a 7, but at best it's a 7.5.
So Watch Dogs has disappointed me so much in all of the iterations. In the storyline seems amazing. Something of that caliber seems like it's almost realistic. And every time I've gone in to play it, I've been just so let down by mechanics, by gameplay, by sometimes even repetitiveness. I know it sounds weird, but it's just continuously. It's a game that I've picked up, and I have 1 and 2. And I was looking forward to Legions to see how it was going to be.
2 is really good. I think 2 is
I finished 1 to play 2. I played 2 for a week on and off, and I haven't picked it up since. It never sucked me in.
2's story is so fun. I love the hackers style, where it's kind of like, it's not nonsense, but like there is a bit like of a whimsical vibe to it. But yeah, I feel like we're kind of going back to the less whimsical nature in Watch Dogs Legion. Again, I'm still like a couple hours in, so it's not, I haven't had anything super structured. The opening is awesome, but nothing past that has really gripped me. And I do enjoy the recruitment, and I do enjoy the idea of recruiting just anybody on the street.
It's
But
funny that you
and the
say that.
permadeath thing is really cool, but nothing is getting me into that gameplay loop so far.
So it's funny that you mentioned the whole comedy aspect because a lot of what was revealed in trailers was very comedic. It was a lot of fun and comical in those trailers. So I was hoping that, we were gonna get something a little closer to that.
It's definitely somewhere in between a Watch Dogs 1 and 2. Like, there is comedic moments, but overall I wouldn't say it's a comedic game. There was like basically there's like a tragedy that happens, and then you're trying to recover DedSec from that. Yeah, I'm kind of let down by it. I'm hoping I'm singing a different tune by the time next podcast comes around, but as of right now, it's not impressed me a whole lot. One other game. I swear that we'll be done. I previewed Immortals, and I'm not gonna spend so much time on this, but I previewed Immortals over at Dual Shockers. Go check that video out. Written, video edited, VO'd by me. Go check that out. It's really good, and I really enjoyed it. And you can see my thoughts over there. Anyway, Sam, go ahead.
Definitely check that one out. We've got lots to talk about. I sit and listen to you all day, but yeah, we've got loads to get through. Good job I've not been playing many games, so I'm not going to be here for long. I also said on Game Chat that I'd been dabbling back into Rock Band on my PS4.
Nice.
I'm slowly refinding my rhythm on that, and I'm just having a lot of fun jamming out. If I've got 20 minutes to kill, I'll chuck it on, kind of bang out a couple of songs, and then move on. Hades, again, fantastic game. Really enjoying that. Like you say, the story interwoven into the gameplay is really cool. It's a really good loop to keep you coming back even after you've beaten the game, which you don't get in a lot of roguelites. And then finally, I've gone and started Yakuza 0.
Oh, nice.
So that's a damn fun game. I'm not super far into it, but as people have said before, if you just kind of do the main story, you've got this super serious crime, Yakuza, like mafia situation, but then you've got the side stories, which are just hilarious. I've helped an S&M lady find her groove. What else have I done? I've met somebody called Miracle Johnson who looks suspiciously like Michael Jackson. And he calls himself the pop star prince. And you help him, you help Steven Spinning direct his music video. There's just some crazy shit in that game, but it's a damn lot of fun. And I've got a feeling that's probably going to be the last game I play on my PS4 before I move to the PS5. So it's a nice kind of curtain call for my PS4. So yeah, aside from that, I don't think I've really been playing anything. So we will take that as our cue to move on to our game of the year so far. We are literally just over 2 weeks from the launch of the next gen consoles, which is wild to me. That means there's going to be tons of new games coming out, and potentially the game of the year race is going to be blown wide open. We've still got Miles Morales, Cyberpunk, Demon's Souls, loads of stuff still to come out. So now is probably a good time to take stock of where we're at. We kind of done our game of the year on episode 1, which was about 4 months ago, which again is crazy. So yeah, it's a good time to restart that. So I'm going to run through some games. We'll go through the top 10 on Metacritic, but before that, I'll run through some games that scored over 80 but just missed the top 10. And if there's anything you guys want to touch on in these, then just holler at me. So Tony Hawk's Pro Skater scored an 89, which is a high score. Anyone played Tony Hawk's?
It's really good. Here I am, pretending I'm a Superman.
Is it?
And it is fun, except for everybody is raving about that MGK song, and let me tell you, it's annoying. I don't like it. It's stupid. I'm gonna take a stance here, just like I took a stance
Did-
saying Breath of the Wild is overrated on game chat. So take my opinions with a grain of salt. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Like it's a nice throwback to that style of game, and once I have like like you said 20 minutes, I just jump into it and I'm having a fantastic time. Um, I think it's in my game of the year list, but I'm not sure. I was much more of a skate person than I was Tony Hawk, but I do enjoy that feel and just being back in that time, basically with refined graphics and courses and all that.
Adam, anything to say? Played it, not played it?
So I've played the originals. I did not play the remastered. But I've seen people play it. I've been on people's streams while they were playing it. It looks really good, but I can't say that it's a game of the year, even if I had played it, to be honest. And the reason is, can you really call like that kind of a remaster, which is basically making it look pretty, but essentially the same game? I mean, it's a game from PlayStation 1, right? Like it's maybe a game of the year PlayStation 1 game.
I think because it's not just like they threw in 1 and 2 the like all the they I think they took in everything that was from Pro Skater, like the different moves and stuff, and then put it
Yeah.
into 1 and 2. So I think they did refine the gameplay elements. It's not like Destroy All Humans where it's literally a shot for shot remake, but I think that it doesn't do also as much as something like a Resident Evil 2 does, where it totally refines it, or even like a Final Fantasy VII remake. I think this past couple of years has been so amazing for remakes in a way where remakes can be more than just I'm just replaying what I felt as a kid and it looks pretty. I think that's why we have this high standard now. So yeah,
That's fair.
Speaking of remakes, Final Fantasy VII remake scored an 87 on Metacritic. Sitting in anybody's Game of the Year discussion. Again, haven't played it, so not me.
Neither.
Mr. Nick plays every game.
You guys need to correct that.
I'm not a
I
Final
had fought with
Fantasy
this.
person.
I thought very hard about this. I think I've rearranged my Game of the Year list so many times, but I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is my Game of the Year. When I was playing it, I enjoyed it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as most people do. But the way Tetsuya Nomura tied everything up and made it more than just a remake and made it almost an extension of the Final Fantasy lore, I think is really masterful. I think that what I've played of it, it's amazing for how short in the actual game it is. In Final Fantasy VII proper, it is how much they're able to load in and how much they're able to take these characters like Jesse and Biggs and Wedge, who are like literal the definition of side characters. They get sort like tiny screen time and fill out their backstories and makes you care about each and every one of those characters is phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Basically, like it's to a point where in a remake I can't wait to see what happens next. Like I want to say it's Last of Us 2. I want to say it's Last of Us 2 because I really enjoyed it, but I find myself thinking about Final Fantasy 7 more. Like I think that's like and that's also coming from a guy who is mainly an RPG guy. Like I do enjoy that sort of thing. And I do have nostalgia for Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 9 still my favorite Final Fantasy overall, just because of nostalgia and all that. But yeah, I think that it's my Game of the Year.
Damn. Okay, well, we've still got probably 15 games to get through. So,
Yep.
Crash Bandicoot 4 scored an 85. That's not anybody's Game of the Year.
Oh, but
Let's
don't
not
think
be
so.
silly.
it's gonna be great.
Doom Eternal, I missed that. 87 on Metacritic.
I also missed that. On Game Pass now, though.
Yeah,
check it out.
A lot of people like it. It's more Doom. Wasteland 3, a lot of people were really hot on.
Chris really loves that over at DualShockers. I think we gave that like a 9 or a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, we scored it high. Yeah. Another DualShockers favorite, Spiritfarer, scored an 84.
Yeah, Spiritfarer is criminally underplayed. It's on Game Pass. Adam, I know you have Game Pass. Play Spiritfarer. It will make you cry. It has Pixar levels of emotion. It is awesome. Play Spiritfarer. One
that maybe won't be in the Game of the Year discussion, but is definitely had like an impact recently, is Genshin Impact, which scored an 84. Has anybody dabbled in that?
I've dabbled a little bit.
I've only seen. I haven't played.
It's kind of janky. It feels like Tales, but Breath of the Wild. But it is a free game, so it's pretty fun. But I don't find it like super in depth.
Fair play. And then the final one on the kind of pre-list is Ghost of Tsushima with an 83. Anywhere near your?
I think that has a big shot of getting Game of the Year, especially with the multiplayer. The addition of multiplayer added an entire new, and I think they did it beautifully and very intelligently, where they pulled out this wonderful game with an amazing story, and it was a full game, and then adding multiplayer months. I'm gonna say months later.
Months, because it came out in July. Right? I want to say.
Yeah, July to September, October. So
every day is a flat circle.
It's a blur. Yeah. It's a blur. But yeah, and not only did they take a game that was wonderful and had replay value, and so many people were like, "This is such a good game, I'm gonna go platinum this," but they're like, "Well, now you got multiplayer to go play with your friends," and bringing everyone right back to that feeling of, wow. So maybe the original score might have been that. I don't know what they're gonna do, but that definitely is a contender. Don't know if it'll win, but it's a contender.
Yeah, and I think that it's not only the fact that it's multiplayer, because they could have just added on a co-op mode. They could have just added on something like super simple and janky and all that. But there is love and care that is put into Ghost of Tsushima Legends, and I played it the other day with Scott White over at DualShockers, and it is astounding how much they put into it. It's a story. You have equipment, loot that you have to worry about. There's the classes feel pretty similar but different in their own way, and it's a free update. I think that fact alone has risen it in my ranks of my game of the year. I still don't think it's my game of the year. I think that what it does so well. I think that the fact that it does feel like a samurai, like a Akira Kurosawa film, is a standout in a world where we don't really have a whole lot of those anymore. So yeah, I really enjoy Ghost of Tsushima, but not my.
Yeah, that's one I'm probably going to check out on next gen once the kind of pool of launch games starts to dry up a little bit. I'll probably dabble in that. I think if the year stopped now, Sony would have a very chance of having 1, 2, 3, depending how you look at Persona 5 Royal and whether you
Final Fantasy VII
kind
Remake
of include that in the Game of the Year discussions. But with Last of Us, with Ghost of Tsushima, and with Persona 5 Royal, Sony have released 3 incredible games this year. So yeah, that's the pre-list. So we now move on to kind of the top 10 on Metacritic. Let's have a little game. This was completely not planned, but if you had to guess, what's number 10 on Metacritic's list?
What's do you know what's number 11?
Number 11 was Tony Hawk's.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm putting you on the spot, very much so.
Yeah. Should have done some more research.
Persona 5 Royal is really high. It's like at a 98 or something like that, I think. Ghost? No, Ghost. It was you already.
Ghost was pre-list. Fall Guys.
Good guess.
I'm gonna say. Yeah, you already named all the ones that. I'm just gonna say Last of Us because I know some people are divisive on it.
No, 10 was Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Well, that should be higher. That should be higher. People forgot about that game, including myself, up until a week ago when I started to get the Halloween stuff. But oh man, that game's so good. That game's so pure.
I have a funny story about that after.
I'm ready for your story. Yeah, in a sec. I want to say just how much I love that game. The further I get away from it, the less I think it's in my game of the year running. I put 250 hours into that game. It's probably one of my most played games of all time at this point. But is it like a technical marvel that you can really compare to something like The Last of Us or Persona? Or is it something that just took my mind off all the shit that was going on in the world earlier on this year?
Well, probably. I think that, and the other thing is that the fact that the multiplayer is a bit lacking, and like there's a lot of things you can say that is like, oh, what? But like seeing the updates, like the fact that the diving update, the Halloween update, the wedding update, like all that provides so much content, and it's really cool to see them stick with it even after people have kind of left it on the wayside. It gives you a reason to come back.
I'm not knocking it at all because it deserves so much credit, and it's probably going to end up becoming the number one selling Switch game. It's been out for 6-8 months now, and it's in second or third place, and it's not been out for a holiday season yet. And you're going to have all the kind of Christmas Animal Crossing purchases, so don't be surprised that I think Nintendo are releasing their next lot of figures early November. So if it's not top by then, don't be surprised to see it top next year, which is insane. Adam, what's your funny story about Animal Crossing?
So when Nick warned me, try to find an underrated game, I was talking to my fiance. We actually got we got Animal Crossing pretty early on during the pandemic. And because she thought it was so cute, and she's not a gamer, and I'm like, listen, I'm going to take this shot. If this is any way, shape, or form the introduction to video games in my household freely, I'm taking this shot. It'll cost me $80. I don't care. So I took the shot, and we played it. I didn't love it. I really didn't love it. It's not my kind of game. I can do tasks. If you give me a task to do, like, go do this, but like thinking about how to building the game, that's not my type of game. So I'm talking to her about the underrated game. She goes, Animal Crossing. I'm like, sweetie, that wasn't an underrated game at all. And she goes, well, it was to you. And I was like, oh, okay, that's so good.
Ooh. That's funny.
Yeah, my girlfriend's not a gamer either. Mine was slightly more expensive because I had to buy her a Switch Lite to go with it because there's absolutely no chance she's playing it on my Switch. But yeah, I brought a Switch Lite and Animal Crossing, and she's probably put more time into it than me. The only other game I think games she's probably ever played are like Wii Sports, Sims, and Mario Kart. So like typical girl, like non-gamer,
the casual game.
Yeah, if I was gonna put her into like a very stereotypical box, she's just not a gamer, but she has been obsessed with that. So that credit to it.
And I think that the thing is, like, while I don't think it's necessarily the game of the year, it's definitely the most important game of the year, I would say, because it does provide that warmth that people are so lacking right now. I think that the biggest thing, like I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and her birthday was the other day, and the fact that she was able to go onto her Animal Crossing island and be welcomed by her villagers and had her own party, and it's not the same thing as like a physical party, but like the fact that this game like gives you that warmth, I think it's so important in 2020, and I think it's definitely the most important game in 2020 by far.
Yeah, I would agree. So number 9 on the list, if either of you get this, I will just mail you something because you'll never get it. Number
I want you
9.
to mail me something
Hades.
so bad though. What'd you
Not
say?
Hades.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Hades is a 10. I think like Hades is gonna be up there. Can you tell me what console it's on?
PC, Xbox, and PS4, I believe.
Okay. Is it Amnesia?
No.
Oh.
F1 2019.
Oh yeah, no, there's no way.
Yeah, I don't think. Whatever. It's not going to win Game of the Year. Next.
I
You
know
won't
Ricky
get it.
really likes it. I think it was Ricky really likes it, but
Ricky loves the sport, so it
Mhm.
doesn't surprise me. You'll probably struggle to get the next one as well. Highly rated PC game.
I'm also gonna go with Amnesia.
I'm gonna say Party Animals demo. I don't know.
Oh, dude, that Party
I really
Animals demo
don't know.
though. That's the most important game of the year.
That's legitimately in my list as a joke, obviously, but like, I think
It's so good.
it did so well.
Crusader Kings 3.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Another thing.
I've-
Chris really likes that game.
I've heard people like get lost in that game.
Mhm.
Like they're like, oh, let's go in for an hour. 5 hours later, they're still going on that same task.
It definitely
Not
looks
my
like
game.
someone's just like looking at a map for 3 hours. So
I would
Not my
like to
bag.
play it. I would like it. It's just scary and it's big, and I don't have enough hours in the day to sink into something like that. And that's why I've got Persona 4 Golden downloaded on my PC, and I fucking love Persona, but I just can't commit. I just cannot commit to it at the moment. So similar thing. Number 7, a more recent game that's not Hades.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Oh, more recent game.
Console?
PS4 and PC, I want to say.
I'm gonna say Amnesia.
Shut up, Nick. No.
I don't think it's on PS4 actually.
I honestly don't know. Like the second you said PS4 and PC, the first thing that came to my mind was Rocket League, but it's not a 2020 game. I don't know. I'm like,
On some dude.
Spelunky 2.
Ah, fuck.
what?
Yeah.
That's
Spelunky?
PS4 and PC, right? Yeah. Why?
Why are you giving
I don't-
shade to the Spelunky, Adam?
No, I don't know that game.
You don't
I've
know
never
Spelunky?
heard of Splunky. Like legitimately never heard of this game. Like that's
What?
the only reason. That it's not shade, it's confusion. Like I
Oh, dude,
wasn't
check out
expecting to hear
Spelunky.
that name. I will.
Yeah.
People love that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, yeah, not one that I've really checked out.
Super fun co-op. Not co-op. I guess it is co-op. And versus.
Okay.
So number 6, Xbox exclusive.
Exclusive.
Xbox and PC. There's no Halo. this year.
Microsoft
I know.
Flight Simulator.
Ooh,
Ding ding ding.
Oh, I got one. I got one, Adam.
nice.
Yeah, that's another game that's blown expectations out of the water this year. I think that will be up there for some people. Not for me. I don't personally see the fun in it.
The tech is like the most fun part, I think.
Some person flew for like 8 hours straight on one flight, and it's like, yeah, cool. I've got other things I could do for 8 hours. Not to kind of discredit, do what you enjoy, but doing that's not for me. But yeah, like you say, the tech is what's most impressive.
Yeah.
Of that game. Number 5, Xbox exclusive. And possibly, actually, tell a lie. I'm about to give it away. It's come to Switch as well.
Oh, Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
I still have to play that. I still have to
Anybody?
beat the original Ori.
Me too. I know, and that's another game that I know is my shit. Like, I absolutely know I would love that game, but it's just one that's in my watch list that I'll get around to someday. Now we're at number 4. I'm not going to tell you the platform because this will absolutely give it away.
Is it Last of Us?
No.
I don't.
It's a
I feel like-
VR exclusive.
Oh,
VR exclusive.
Iron Man.
No, but good guess.
Ooh, VR exclusive. It's not Squadron. Squadron's not.
No, it's both,
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's
so it
both.
wouldn't be Squadrons.
Oh, Half-Life Alyx.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I had to dig into my brain of games that I
it
played
came out
about.
this year. Oh my god.
I know. Came out this
I
year
do
for
want I do want to care about the Half-Life series, but man, I cannot be bothered.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel you. So now we're in the top 3. What? I'll let you put your top 3 now at this point. Not your personal top 3, but what do you think the top 3 is?
I'm gonna say it's Hades.
In 3.
I would say actually say Hades is in 2, I think, because I know that scored real high. And Hades, it'll be Last of Us, Hades.
Don't give him any hints.
I'm not going.
I don't know. I don't know what the last one would be.
You absolutely do. Adam, what are you?
So
where are you?
For me, I do have to say The Last of Us is going to be in the top 3. I don't know where I'd put it. Probably first, and I agree that Hades has been picked up a lot. I still think Ghost of Tsushima is going to outdo it, and I want to put Fall Guys in there because it's done something revolutionary for indie games and become a contender. And I mean, Hades is amazing as an indie game as well, but I think Fall Guys it just got blown way out of the water for so long.
Is that your personal top 3?
I think it's not a question of personal because I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. That's where I actually think the list is, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, cool.
You said Ghost of Tsushima was out of the 3, right?
Ghost of Tsushima is not in the top 10.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go with Hades instead of Ghost then.
Cool. Third place is Hades, rightly so. Excellent game. Second place is Last of Us Part 2.
I'm surprised.
And according to Metacritic's ranking, Nick, how did you not get this?
No, I'm only surprised because of how divisive the game is.
Persona 5 Royal is the highest rated on Metacritic this year.
Yep.
Fall Guys is not in the top 10 or not even close because it's a bad game.
Oh no.
Hot takes.
You
wouldn't take this hot take to game chat. You saved it for a cozy little spot over here.
You should check out my piece on DualShockers. Just plug that. But I genuinely believe Fall Guys is fine. It just was marketed so well that it built up this hype train that everybody jumped on board, and therefore people maybe perceived it better than it actually was. I'm not saying it's not fun at all, because there's definitely fun to be had, but I just don't think it's anywhere near as good as what people maybe initially thought it was.
I know, and I also, with the top 3 I said earlier, I'm like, I know that Persona 5 Royal has like a 98 on Metacritic.
True.
I was like, how did I not remember that?
So, personal top 3s. Let's do it quickly right now. Gun to your head, Nick. Top 3 right now.
Animal Crossing, Last of Us, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not far enough in Persona 5 Royal to really give it.
So The Last of Us 2 for sure. I really liked Fall Guys as a multiplayer, so I'm putting it in there. And does it have to be a top 3 that I've played or watched at least most or part of the storyline? Because I haven't played Ghost, but it looks amazing.
I'm gonna say do separate. Do a separate. Do the one that you've played, and then do the one that you've watched. Obviously, it's Ghost, but
so Ghost is watched. Played, honestly, I'm a little behind on 2020 games, and I don't know if I have anything that I've played that's come out this year. So I don't have anything.
Fair enough.
That's fair. So yes, you can put Ghost of Tsushima in there on default.
Perfect.
So my top 3, gun to my head, probably Oh, that's tough. Animal Crossing is in third. Last of Us is in second. Persona 5 is in number one. That game is phenomenal. So yeah, that's our kind of top three for Game of the Year. That's the top 10 on Metacritic. Is there anything else that we missed that deserves a shout out? Or I think we probably touched on them all.
Hades and Going Under for sure. I really enjoy. I feel like Hades is probably actually in the top 3, but also let me actually look at I have a GG list going on. Another shout out to Warzone. One that I played so much at the beginning of the year, and I forgot that it even came out. Another one of those ones where it's fun to jump in and just play with some people. Obviously, recently there has been some more cheaters happen, and that's kind of been a sad thing to see. Of course, I talked about it earlier. Tell Me Why definitely deserves to be on a list somewhere. And Among Us, just a fun game to jump in. It's a phenomenon. And then absolutely, positively play Spiritfarer. I 100% recommend that game. And then Avengers, just because I'm a shill.
Avengers isn't getting anywhere.
Avengers is not at all Game of the Year material.
I'm moving it along because we're going to spend ages talking about this. So with that, we move on to our next topic of the day, which is Adam's underrated game. This is the part of the show where our guests come to us. They tell us about a game from their past that they feel didn't get the love it deserved. They tell us all why they love it and why we should check it out. And then me and Nick will rank the game based on what we kind of hear. And then we'll come up with the definitive list of underrated games that have been brought to us. So far, our list consists of a grand total of 2 games, and it looks like this. In second place is Ace's pick of Shadowrun on the Xbox 360, and then we have Mario's pick of Small Soldiers on the PS1 in first place. So, Adam, what are you bringing to us? Why do you love it? Why is it so good? Why should we play it?
So, I'm going to precursor this by saying that I am a huge Dragon Ball Z nerd. I love everything Dragon Ball Z.
Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
My underrated game is Dragon Ball Z Sagas.
Oh, no! This one goes at 7,000th. Dragon Ball Z. Like, just make your argument.
Just give me a shot, okay? Give me a shot. So Dragon Ball Z Sagas is basically the first console open world, kind of, because it's not really open world, but it's traversal. So imagine kind of taking some of the Game Boy Advance games that there was, like Goku's Legacy, or was it? Yeah, it's Goku's Legacy. Legacy of Goku.
Don't disgrace the best Dragon Ball Z game of all time.
It is amazing. But imagine taking that 8-bit style, 8-bit style, and getting it with better resolution. There were limitations that pushed it lower. I've gone back to it. I've seen people play it. I've looked for it on YouTube. Honestly, and honestly, the best saga, in my opinion, I love the Trunks saga, and it actually covers the Trunks saga. And it brought all of this in one game. And to top that off, not even just game centered, but historically centered. When you look at it, it is the building blocks to Xenoverse and Kakarot. That was the first time somebody did that style of game on a console. Because Dragon Ball Z is originally a fighting game. From the inception of like the Super Nintendo, when you had like the it wasn't Butoden's then, I think, but whatever it was, but it was just like you're in a ring, you're fighting, you have ki blasts, you have flight, it's cool. This on a console actually brought story based and not just like arcade, like a game board where you move the chess pieces or whatever it might be. So that for me is why it's definitely underrated, and you should definitely go check it out. if you like Dragon Ball Z.
Let me correct his statement. He's actually going to say Legacy Goku 2 is the best Dragon Ball Z game of all time. No,
I love it,
dude, Legacy Goku 2 is so good. But
but I'm not talking about a good
hate
game.
sagas. I remember playing it when I was a kid, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I don't hate it as much as one Dragon Ball GT Transformation, which was also a beat 'em up on the Game Boy Advance, because I thought I was getting another Legacy Goku game, but no, it was GT Transformation, and it had to be a stupid beat 'em up game. And I mean, beat 'em up games are fun. That one is not. But yeah, my bias aside. Also, have you played Kakarot?
I have not, and I want to.
Definitely,
I was supposed to take a month off and do that.
Definitely check it out. I think that
Yeah.
that is what you believe sagas is. Like, I think that it takes the both formula from sagas and the Legacy Goku games and forms it
Yeah.
into one.
For sure, and I don't disagree with that. It's just for the time, it was something that nobody had ever done, and I think it was a building block to that. We didn't have that like third-person view, world exploration Dragon Ball Z game before then. So, it's even that, and what was the other one? There was another game, Infinite, the last PlayStation 2 Dragon Ball Z game.
Infinite World, I think, is the name of it. Yeah.
Exactly. So like that was the second attempt
Mhm.
at a decent game, and I didn't love Infinite Worlds or whatever it was called.
I think that's
but Sagas stuck
Yeah.
with me, and for me, I'm not saying it's a great game. I'm saying it's an underrated game. I think ratings were like 48%. I think it should have been like 70, maybe 60s, high 60s.
See, and that's the whole point of this. That's the spirit of this. We're not talking about games that got a 9 but should be a 10.
No.
Yeah.
So, I think this game is the 30. That's the problem. I get what he's saying, but I think this game is a 30. This game should be shot on more. Anyway.
And the problem we're now going to run into is, I think, based on your reaction and your reaction alone, Nick, we're going to have to break Adam's heart and probably put it on the bottom of this list because...
If you would have brought Legacy Goku 2 into this, it would have been number 1 of all times, but...
But the problem with that is it's a good game. It's not underrated. Everybody who's played it has really liked it. So
yeah, but no one talks about when everyone talks about the best Dragon Ball games, they talk. And I'm not. That sounded very sarcastic, and I'm sorry if it did. I'm not talking about the best Dragon Ball games. Like people talk about not Xenoverse, Fighters and Kakarot. I think I don't know if that's really regarded as the best, but. Budokai 3, I think, and Tenkaichi 3, I think that's when they think of. I think when they think of those, they don't think about like Legacy Goku or Boost Fury or all that. And I'm definitely putting that. I'm gonna be a guest on the show one day when I'm not on the show, when I've been long dead from this channel, my own channel.
Once we've sold it to IGN for 10 million.
Yep, and I'm going to put Legacy Goku 2 at number 1, you know what I'm saying? But for today, we'll put Sagas at bottom, I think.
I'm okay with that. I just wanted it out there.
It's on the list. You should be proud.
I can't believe it's on the list, but it's on the list.
It's in 3rd place. It's in the bronze medal position. You should be happy.
Yeah, for now.
I have a feeling that like at 10, you guys are going to be like, we got to start dropping games, and that's just the first to go.
Oh, yeah.
Cut it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll
I've
see
got
what
7
else
episodes.
people bring up.
We haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? So, with that, we move on to the monthly game. And last time out, it was Nick's turn to quiz me with 5 questions on a singular topic. That topic was stars, shine, or moon, where Nick would give me the name of a star, shine, or moon from one of the 3D Mario games, and I had to say which of the 3 it was. Of course, I got 5 out of 5, but I just want to take a second to commend Nick on picking such a creative topic. I'm proud of you, Nick.
Thank you.
That was really fun. I enjoyed that one. But this time round, it's Nick's chance to earn some points back because the Gam3Atoms are leading 14-8 with the Defiant Stallions. So it's your chance to claw some back. You can't. We
gotta stop for a second because Adam may actually do this with me. Adam, so I've been trying to get everybody to do, including one Sam, who was actually on the screen over here. But I've been trying to get him to do. If he's the Gam3Atoms, so I'm trying to get him to go. Cha. See, Adam's already doing stuff. So you are on Team Defiant Stallions, and our chant is the Defiant Stallions.
I'll do it for you, but that's the last time I'll ever do that.
Yeah, that's all I need. That's all I need. Just one.
What a good guess. So yeah, it's Nick's chance to catch up. I have the name of a video game character in my head, and together with Adam, they'll have 20 questions, yes or no questions, to figure out who the character is. If they guess within the first 5 questions, they'll get 5 points. Between 6 and 10 questions is 4 points. Between 11 and 15 is 3 points. And then up to 20 questions will score 2 points. Before the show started, I asked the guys if they wanted easy mode or hard mode. Of course, they picked easy mode. So let's do this. Let's have some fun.
Catching up to do.
I will say it's my fault it's easy mode.
I probably would have done easy mode as well, just because the fact that I'm so far behind right now. All right.
So yeah, 20 yes or no questions.
Well, what's our
Let's
first
start.
question?
I mean, we can start with the gender, which makes it a little simpler.
Okay.
So is it a male or female, or is it a male character?
No. I guess it is a yes or no, but technically.
Is it a male? Yes. Yes, it's a male.
Okay.
All right. Is he from an exclusive game, a console exclusive game?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, knowing Sam, I'm gonna put it here in this little golf talk that I have right now. Knowing Sam, I think it might be a Nintendo character, quite possibly, and I think I might know, possibly.
Already?
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. So, is it a Nintendo character? Is he a Nintendo character?
Yes.
Okay. Is he? I'm using all my points. I think it's a Pikmin character. I didn't see a reaction from him. Do we want to ask? If it's from Pikmin?
I think that's not a bad question. I mean, I saw a little reaction, but
all right.
yeah, I think it's worth asking.
Is he a Pikmin character?
No.
Fuck. Well, I lost everything.
Well, not everything.
I mean, it's our 5th question, so I mean, like, we're gonna lose some points. Unless you can think. So it's an exclusive. He's an exclusive Nintendo character.
Can you play him in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
There's so many.
1 minute. Well, that's not so many because we cut out all the female characters.
Fair, but there's still like 80 characters.
True.
Ooh,
I would say that's a very good question.
Oh, you would say it's a very good question.
Very good. So is that meaning?
That's not a hint in anything. I would just say that's a good kind of way to narrow it down.
Yeah, there's thousands and thousands of like video game characters.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Brought it down to 80, minus whatever female characters.
But Nintendo exclusive characters, though.
Yeah, because then you've chopped out Snake, Sonic, Mega Man.
True.
Yeah.
I kind of want to ask him what color he wears.
That's not a yes or no question.
No, but I have a specific color in mind because I have a
I feel
specific
like that's
character in
similar
mind.
to asking what game he's from.
True. I mean, you could, but there's like,
There's probably less colors than there are Nintendo games.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Are there? That is a question. Are there less colors than there are Nintendo games? The next Philip K. Dick novel. So, I guess we could ask. Well, I would say I guess we could ask what the generation is.
How many questions are we at before we do that?
5. So you've lost your
We've already
chance at
lost
5
our 5
points.
points.
Oh, okay, so we still have
But-
4 questions
yeah.
or 3 questions to go.
I'm gonna say, is he a Fire Emblem character?
No.
Okay, thank God, because we'd be fucked if he was. There's so many of those characters.
Well, I mean, it would have been like Marth or Roy. I don't know who else is in there, but yeah. I want to just ask.
I want to ask if he's a Mario character, but
That's all I want to ask.
I feel like that is easy mode. Is he a Mario character? We're gonna ask it.
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, now just ask if he wears red or blue.
Ask. Well,
Or
it'd
yellow.
be red or green.
Or green, yeah.
Or yellow.
Yeah, true. Sorry, that's what
Or
I meant to say.
purple. Or he's Toad.
Waluigi and Toad aren't playable fighters.
Oh, they are. That's true. Good point. Is he green?
No.
Oh, then it's Mario or Wario.
Is he?
Oh no, it's not. Oh yeah.
Wario's playable.
You're on 8 questions. So as long as you get it within the next 2 questions, you'll score 4 points.
Is he yellow?
Can we just clarify? Do you mean does he wear yellow
Does he wear yellow? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes, he wears
Yeah,
yellow.
I guess. Yeah. So is he Wario?
He is Wario.
Okay.
Nice.
There we go. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a Pokemon for some reason. I don't know why. I thought also with Pikmin coming up, you had Pikmin on the brain.
So
yeah,
yeah,
would have been a great one.
I had in my mind that you were gonna pick an Animal Crossing character. To be honest.
That would have been fucked.
Yeah. Hard mode was going to be. I don't know if you'd have got this. II from Monkey Ball.
Oh no, not at all. That would have been bad.
Yeah, I'm glad I went with easy mode.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 points. So that brings things to 12 points for the Defiant Stallions.
The Defiant Stallions. I think
As far as you're getting.
And 14 points for the Carbon Phantom. And with that, it's the end of the show for another month. These months go too quick. Next time out, we will have new consoles here, which is just still fucking insane to me. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. But that's that. Adam, where can people find you?
So you can find me at twitch.tv/GamerAtom or twitter.com/GamerAtom. Instagram, I'm also GamerAtom, I think. But if you go to my Twitch page, you'll see all of my links. You can follow me there. You can keep up with me in whatever platform you choose.
Definitely do it. And don't forget, it's a 3 instead of an E.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're not going to find him. Nick, where can people find you?
You're going to find the other guy, the gamer Adam there. Anyways, you can find me over at twitter.com/ShakaMcPain, at ShakaMcPain. And of course, you can find me on this very channel at youtube.com/ShakaMcPain. And doing stuff over at Dual Shockers. We're working on, of course, I would probably be, I mean, it's definitely out by the time this video posts, but the Watch Dogs review. And then we're going to do some fun Let's Plays over there. We're doing some fun Halloween Let's Plays, which are mostly out at the rate. I think as the time of recording, the only one that's out is Among Us, but we have some cool ones in store. So check it out.
I was part of the Among Us one, and that was good fun.
Yeah.
I am such a terrible liar. It is just, unbelievable. If you want to go and watch that, just to see me shit my pants when I get accused of lying, it's worth it just for that. But anyway, I am Captain Woodsy on Twitter. Follow me on there. You'll find out everything else you need. But this has been another episode of the Co-op Stop. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, hosts. Thank you, guests. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.